G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Wineback Wednesday, and today we are broadcasting from DY on the North Beaches of Sydney. Just over here for a trade show and a few things, and been out for a swim this morning to the beautiful beach you can see behind me. And today we're tasting the 2019 SC Pannell Tempranillo Touriga. So both those varieties are hail from the Iberian Peninsula, which sort of encompasses sort of Spain and Portugal pretty well. Tempranillo more so Spain, and Touriga, which is Touriga Nacional, out of Portugal. Touriga Nacional, I suppose, is the mainstay or one of the predominant varieties of the vintage ports that Portugal is known for. Personally, I think when you make it into a dry red, the wine is of beautiful aromas, really lifted and complex, whereas the palate, unfortunately for me, it has some lovely intensity, but really quite simple overall. So as a blending component in dry reds like this one, it is amazing, because it offers so much, but you utilise the other varieties to sort of fill in the potholes in the palate. Hence why I think the Portuguese typically use it for fortified, because it has such amazing aromas, and the palate's not overly complex, but with that spirit that they use, the brandy spirit that they use to fortify it, obviously adds another dimension. There's obviously some sweetness, there's the sort of the warmth and the alcohol, etc. So overall, really interesting. So Touriga, though, yeah, as I said, is really an amazing complexity of aromas. So as a small blending component in many with other varieties, it does complement very well. But I believe this one is probably about 50-50, probably a little bit more, maybe 55-ish% Tempranillo and 45% Touriga. So it'll be interesting to try it, because I haven't tried this blend before. Steve down at obviously of SC Pannell makes some absolute cracker wines. Obviously a neighbour of ours down in McLaren Vale. Sorry, I haven't got much space to put down the bottles and whatever. I'll make that down there. Thankfully this place actually had some good glasses, these sort of stemless little wine glasses. But there you go, there's some plums and spice and cinnamon, there's some chocolate in there. Really quite inviting and luscious in many ways. And again on the palate, you can sort of see that nice, quite tight, there's that sort of nice tannin profile from the Tempranillo, and there's this sort of weight from the Touriga. I know that I said earlier that it probably had some really good flavour, but reasonably white, not overly complex. But all I remember from years ago making Touriga as a straight dry red varietal, it did have some nice weight on the palate. Not overly complex, but had some weight, but not overly interesting. But I think, see there, it's got the spice and the sort of fineness and good tannins and the sort of focus from the Tempranillo, and then a lovely little lick of density and weight from the Touriga, and just fleshiness as well that comes through. That's a really drink now sort of style. Probably would last in the cellar for a number of 5 to 10 years, but really fleshy, really inviting. Probably go with a range of it. It's probably light enough to be able to drink it with antipasta in a sort of a spring sort of summer day, but then has sort of enough flavour and weight to it to be able to go with the other end of the spectrum, maybe a casserole or a stew or something of sorts. So really interesting, great wine. The 2019 SC Pannell Tempranillo Touriga from McLaren Vale. Thanks for listening. I'll speak to you soon.